Hey, Mud Squad, welcome. Let's check to make sure the notification went out and the sound is working, and I'll get into what I'm doing today. Sorry for the giggles, but me and Mom were just having a conversation about the kitty cats where I went live. Oh, the crazy little munchkins. Yes. Okay, the notification went out, sound's working. Oh, okay. So, welcome. Today, we're not diamond painting, we're actually coloring. What I'm doing is I took last night and I typed out all 160 color names of my markers, alcohol markers. I want to have a swatch sheet with the name and the color name, and you know. So I did that. Let me. Actually, I'll share that again. That way I can pin one of them. Because I hate that YouTube put this stupid little heart in the corner for when you try to pin a message. So, I have all the names written out or typed out. So we're going to do that. So, I hope everybody got to see the video that dropped yesterday. I dropped my very first coloring time lapse. I was actually very proud of that. Well, the first color is not going to be swatched because you're not going to see the colorless splendor. Basically, the colorless splendor is just alcohol in things. Let's. Oops. Alright, so I can pull this center part out a minute. There's flat for me. Sorry guys, I didn't mean to move y'all. Alright, so rearrange some stuff here a little bit. So this is the colorless blender. Basically it's just a white, it's just clear, it's alcohol. In there, it's no ink. So go ahead and pull out the markers out of the first section so we can swatch those. I hope everybody is doing good. I'm okay other than a few sinus issues. But it's just crazy weather that's hitting the United States. It's crazy. I mean, it is really crazy. There are areas that are getting weather that they normally never get. And then there's areas that aren't even getting the weather they normally get. It's crazy. Like that way. Alright, so I think I'm going to use the chisel end to swatch this out. Just need a line color. And I think I may. No, I'll just do the chisel in. Actually, I'll just do the chiseling. So the videos are posted on Wednesdays. And I've made it now that Thursday lives are coloring related and Tuesday lives are diamond painting related. I'm spacing out working on stuff as well. So those, and as you see, I have a piece of block paper underneath because alcohol markers do leak through this type of paper. So that's why there is a piece of paper underneath. So, but yeah, so that's what I'm doing. Personally, I was pushing myself a little too much, I think. So I've stepped back. Um, ooh, I love that vivid pink. Really great and pops. So these markers have both a chisel and a fine tip end, or like a bullet tip. So these are really nice markers. They're from Vigor Fun, I believe is how you say the name. It's VIGORFUN. They came from Amazon. They actually have these in a 160 piece set and an 88 piece set. I actually own both. My mom got me the 160 piece set for my early birthday, which is not this coming Thursday, but next Thursday. Um, and then I had won a um, Amazon gift card from Color and Chat with Joanna, and I had gotten me the 88 piece set with that and some other stuff. So I own some duplicates, um, but when you get the 160 piece set, there are a lot more colors that you don't get with the 88 piece. Um, and the 88 piece is not, they're not like in numerical orders. Um, there are, like a few out of each color range, basically. And I will be putting these in protective sleeves in a binder. Um, so I have them. I'm going to change the black paper. That's the thing with the alcohol ink and thin paper. If you're using a blotting paper underneath, the alcohol that from the previous marker that bled through can bleed back through your paper. I have noticed that. Okay. So, but so yeah, I will be putting these in a binder, so I can refer to them when I'm working on a color page. I'm actually doing some research and study on how to blend and layer and get out of here, wood bug, and things like that. I was playing around with that a little bit before the live stream. Um, so those three colors, those three reds, are not far apart from each other. They're very pretty. So, yeah, I know. I think I've opened a can of worms, but with doing this, but um, it makes it easy for me because if I'm looking for a certain colorway, I can refer to this and I could see, you know, that's the color name. You know, or if I'm doing something and it calls, it's telling me to use these colors, I know how where to go and I know which number the marker is. I love this one. This is geranium. I do love this one. This one and carmine are kind of close in color. I've also been doing some research on color theory and color harmony. What was the other? Someone was on color theory, color temperature, color palettes, and color harmony. Um, so I've been looking that up. It's been really interesting. But now, so this, I just thought this would be an easy way for me to keep track of everything as well. Yeah, I'm still diamond painting. The only thing I'm keeping now with diamond painting is a chart for what I'm doing, said canvas. And I'll probably log all my canvases into Gems Flow as well. Um, Either Gems Flow or Airtable. I'm not sure. I don't know if I'm going to deal with Airtable though. To tell you the truth, that is a little much. So that is it for that. Put this one over here for right now because the way my markers go together, um, the whole center section pulls out so that you can lay them flat. I just wish that section had pulled out. They were so this, this section here. I've developed this into a system of when I'm swatching. Um, They're all ready to go. Um, so yeah, so there will be some more coloring time lapses coming out. I don't know when um, I will have diamond painting time lapses again. Um, that orange is really dark. That's more orange than that. Oh well. Um, so yeah, I'm not sure when I'll start doing those again. Um, just have other things that I'm working on right now. I take presidents. But yeah, so that's what's going on right now with the channel, with me. um, I'm also right now doing, like I said, I'm doing Ticket to Ride. I'm doing Blinging in the New Year, Big Butts, Blinging in the New Year, Ticket to Ride, and New Beginnings. And I'm working on the same painting for all of those, same canvas. But I'm also thinking about for Big Butts. I'm actually going to do maybe a couple coloring pages for that one. So, and I'll probably might do the same thing for next month because I'll still be working on Ticket to Ride. So for Diamond Grandma's event next month, I may also do some coloring pages as well. Just because it's also fun. I'm actually liking coloring, so um, it's something I hadn't done in a while. And I got back into doing it when I got alcohol markers. I have been wanting a set of alcohol markers. This also, swatching your markers allows you to see the color because sometimes the cap color, even though the color's on the cap and the color in the cap, they don't always correspond with the actual way the marker colors. If that makes any sense. Just a little. My fan wants to blow my paint. So if you see this deep yellow kind of has an orangey color to it, where the cap is more of a creamy orange color. I guess. It's called deep yellow. It's a pretty color. Um, okay, why is the nib out? Nib was kind of sticking out. What was it supposed to happen? And this is supposed to be yellow, but as you see, it's more of an orange color. And see, this lemon yellow is more of a yellow than it's a yellow green. I can see the green hue in that. So this, that would work good with the greens. The complementary color to the greens. So it's called cream. It's actually a pretty color. Okay, why is that? No, I have one in here. This actually has some inky goo. Sometimes that'll happen. You'll get that with the markers. That is new. And as you can see, this is more yellow. Now see, as that lemon yellow dried, you don't see that greenish hue anymore. That's the thing with an alcohol marker. You gotta really wait till it dries on your paper to really see the true colors. Um, because it's going to go down dark you first coloring with it, but as the alcohol evaporates off, um, maybe help me just a couple. Oh, I don't have to keep. So as the alcohol evaporates out of the paper, um, you see the true color. If that makes sense. So this is olive green, but when this goes down, it looks brown with a green tint. But as that dries, you'll see the true color. And this is bronze green. So this is a green tint, but also a bronze color as well. And this is deep olive green. As you can see the green coming out in that a little bit now. You can tell when the alcohol's evaporate out because when you first touch it, Um, if you mark down on it, you feel a coolness. Um, now this is called fresh green. Okay, so you see the color of this cap, but it's called fresh green. It is more of a yellow green. I guess it may have a green undertone. Some of the names I don't get why they're called what they're called because they don't match what they're called. Kind of. Or in my thinking, that would not be called fresh green. I would not have called it fresh green. I'd have called it something, something closer to its color. It's more of an orangish yellow. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but it comes out more of a kind of an orangish yellow. This is canary yellow. As you can see, sometimes they bleed through a little bit more than just one sheet. It also depends on how thick or thin your paper is, the type of paper you're using, you know, also depends on how your markers lay down. This one. I just use a regular printer paper and I haven't had any issue. And then I use regular coloring pages out of a some coloring books. They're one-sided pages. I have some that are double-sided, but if I want to use either side, I can make a copy. Hey, Cindy. How are you? Yeah, I've opened a can of worms. I sat down last night and typed out all of my markers and color names. Now I'm just sitting here swatching 160 markers. But it's fun. It's actually calming. It really is. It's actually really, really therapeutic. uh, So I got all my coloring stuff organized last night as well. I've been researching color theory and different, like color temperatures and hues and harmonies and all that. Um, what's it? Analogous colors and complementary colors and tertiary colors, tints, hues. I've gone down a rabbit hole like I did with diamond painting. Who knew that you could go down a rabbit hole with coloring like you could diamond painting? Um, uh, I've been, researching shading and layering and all the fun stuff. So it's been really, really, really fun doing this. And I've done, I believe it was 5 time lapse videos already with coloring pages. One of those dropped yesterday on the channel. The others are dropped on Wednesdays as well, same time. Um, I'm not sure when I'll start my time lapses back up of diamond painting, and what day those will be out on as well. I haven't worked into that yet because of where I'm working such a big canvas right now. Um, I'm not pulling out another project, another diamond painting project. Still have to finish the 2 sections on We Were All Mad Here. I may work on that this weekend. Just to get that out of the way. But I want to try to maybe get her done by my birthday, which I think I probably can. Because my birthday's not until 25th, and today's only the 11th. So, yeah, I got some time. Hi, Snuggy Sissy. How are you, Sissy? That cup, oh my gosh, that is so stinking cute, sis. Oh, did you finally take a nap? That cup you unboxed is so stinking cute. I like how she also found one that had the Care Bear cousins. It wasn't just the Care Bears, it's the Care Bear cousins as well, because the one is the elephant I remember having that one when I was little. I had the out of the Care Bear cousins. I had the elephants, and I think I had a lion, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it was a lion, and I know I had the elephant. I wish I still had them. I actually have one of my Care Bears. I can't remember which one it is though, and I think I still have some of my little ones from over the years. Last night I took sat down and took all my markers and I typed out all their names with their numbers well, when you get up into the grays, they have a different numbering system. But so I'm taking them and I'm sitting here and I'm swatching out the color to beside the name of the color. So when I'm working on coloring pages, which I have 3 binders full over here, I can just look at the swatch sheet and I can see that, I want to use baby blue, which is number 66. I could see what color how that's gonna look on paper. Because I've got to the point now. The only thing with my diamond painting that I'm keeping track of, I can keep track of if I want to still keep track of what canvases I have, I can do that on Gems Flow. And then the only other thing I can write down in a notebook what event I'm doing, all that stuff. And then I have my folder that keeps all my charts, that I make up over there. So I figure all my binders that I had for all that can now be dedicated to my coloring. I stepped back from keeping track of all that stuff because it was starting to consume me a little bit. So yeah, so that's why I'm not keeping track of all that anymore like that. Um, I mean, there are spreadsheets. I can put all that stuff on spreadsheets online. So let's see how you work because you were a little wonky the last time I used you, and I had to. Okay, now you're working. I actually had to revive this marker a little bit. Actually, there's a way you can revive your markers. They advise you to only do it maybe like once, because if you keep doing it too much, it can dilute the ink. But if you have a dried out alcohol marker, you can pull the chisel nib out, and I just use a pair of my bent angle tweezers. Gently pull out the chisel nib. I have an eyedropper like syringe thing. I drop a couple drops of rubbing alcohol in there, cap it back up, sit it down on its side like that, And that's how you should store your icon markers too, is on their sides. Sit down like that for a couple hours, and it was good as new. Yeah, I've kind of gone down a rabbit hole with researching alcohol marker stuff. Oh, but it's been a fun rabbit hole though. I've actually really found some interesting stuff. I've actually had fun, sitting down and picking a page and just sitting there and time lapsing. I just start the, set the camera up, start it, have all the sounds muted, of course, um, and just color away. I mean, yeah, some of the footage, the time lapse footage is shorter than others. Some is, but now you think ultramarine, okay? You think marine, ultramarine would be a blue. This one's a pretty purple. Alexa, what's 75 minus 160?
75 minus 160 is minus 85.
Oh, well, I said that backwards, but yeah, I still got like 85 to go. Jeez, me, Christmas, God help me. I, wow. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's one of those mornings or days. It's one of those type of days. Oh, I'm asking questions to her backwards. I'm shocked she still answered. Well, actually, this part is not taking as long as I thought it was going to. It took me three and a half hours to type all that up, all these colors up last night. Um, but then it was because I had to go back in and make sure I double space. I wanted them double space. And then I went back in after I double spaced them, and I hit the space it again. Hit the enter on each one of them again. Yeah, I sat here, and did that. I got a bunch of uh, color pages I had saved on the computer, printed out as well. Um, just because they were taking up storage on my Chromebook. And for some reason, I could not figure out, I don't know what was going on. I got it fixed this morning. How many pages with the name on them, sis? Or coloring pages? Because I lost track on that, on how many of those I printed last night. And it took 27 sheets to do the color names. Oh yeah, I lost track on how many of the color pages I printed last night. And that's on top of what I already have. So I have 2 binders that hold, these plastic, sheet protectors, things. They hold 100 of these. And each one of those 100 have 2 pages in it. So each of those books have 200 color pages in them. So that's 400 color pages right there. And then I'm not sure how many's in the other book, because the other book's not full. So. But a lot of them are from coloring books that Mom's gotten me over the years. And I just haven't done all the pages. I got into doing other things and put it off to the side. And I wanted to get back into doing it again. Because it is a fun hobby. It's just like diamond painting. It's a very fun hobby. Okay, that says pastel violet, but that's pink. Okay, it does have a purplish undertones. So yeah, yeah, it does have as you can see, as it started drying, the color changed. That's the thing with the alcohol markers. Once the alcohol evaporates off of the paper, you actually see the true color. Like this is called vivid reddish purple. Yeah, you see the red, but you can also see the purplish. I have it. You know what? That may help y'all see a little bit better. You can see as that's drying, it has if I can get it in the camera, there we go. You can see as it's drying, it's starting to turn a purplish reddish color. And this is called purple gray. This color is kind of okay. So you would think it's called purplish gray, but you see that ink is pink. and it goes down pink. But as it's starting to dry, you could start to see a purplish tone. Oh, the vivid reddish purple and the azalea purple. Yeah, they are. They're close in their color tone. There's a lot of them. They're like that. Like like some of these reds and these oranges here. Um, as you can see, a lot of those are similar in color. And the same thing with the browns and the grays. Some of them, they're not, their tones aren't that far, or their color values are not that far off of each other. You know, so. But it's funny how a lot of them, you know, like this one is called pale purple, but when you first put it down, it looks pink. But like I say, as the alcohol evaporates out of the paper, in the ink it leaves behind, takes on a little bit of a different color. And the other thing I like about these two is if you see that's the fine tip end, you see that gray line goes around. So if these are in there and I don't see that it's this fine tip there and I just see in that side of the barrel, I know the gray line is my fine tip. And my chisel tip don't have that color line around it. So that's how you could a lot of these alcohol markers. That's how they distinguish the chisel tip or the brush tip, because some do have brush tips, but all of mine have the fine tip. I don't have any with the brush tip. I do have some brush tip markers, but I don't think they're alcohol based. I think they're water based. Um, I don't know. I have to pull that all out one day and go through that and see what I have in there and what I don't have in here. What works, what don't work. Um, so that may be a live stream I do. Is um, going through my art supplies and seeing what is still good and what is not still good. And see, that's supposed to be burnt orange, but that's just brown. I mean, there's an orange tinge to that, but Like that brown actually has a red tinge, a red hint to it as well. See, then you got your warm colors and your cool colors, and so it's been I've been learning a whole lot about colors and theory and blending and all that, and color values and saturation and all. Now, see, this chestnut brown actually looks more black when it first goes down. But I can see as it's drying though, it's starting to take on a more brown color. And so you can see the way they bleed through. You can see the color as well. That's the thing with alcohol markers. It's good to have a blot paper underneath, just a piece of paper to blot through, because they do bleed through the paper. So these are not good for double-sided coloring books. Um, these more good for single-sided, which all but for a few of my color pages are single-sided. So, but I do have a printer, so I can make copies if I need to. Let's see, this walnut, to me, that has a green tinge to it. It's supposed to be a brown, but it has more of a greeny brown color to it to me. So that would be good if I was doing, like if I was doing a tree and I wanted it to look like it had some algae or moss on the tree. That's the color I would use right there to get that look. What is it with some of these nibs being out? See, this is the first time I'm really using the chisel end. I've actually used the fine tip end on all of these. But this is the first time I'm using the chisel nib on all of these. So. But when I work on a color page, I mostly use the fine tip point. I don't really use the um, chisel. And I'm very light-handed too when I'm coloring a color page. Because you can actually just layer more color on top. So, and that's funny. It's called potato brown, but it's kind of an orangish color. And this one is brown gray. So this is a brown with a gray undertone. You know what? I'm going to change that because this next couple of these next colors are lighter colors. And I don't want that to bleed back through the paper. So I basically use black paper and I just color on a clipboard. Um, it just helps to keep my paper in place, and I can rotate the clipboard and when I'm working on something. This one's called Pearl White. This one is kind of weird color. It has a tanny color, a little bit of a tannish hue. So this would be perfect for skin tone. Nah, of course we know what this one is. This is black. Oh, now we're getting into a couple of my favorites. I love these fluorescent ones. This is fluorescent coral red. I love these fluorescent colors. And then I have a lot of pretty pastels as well. Turn this way a minute. I have two more sections to go after this section. And it's only took me a little over an hour to swatch 106, swatch 122 so far out of the 160. But yeah. So after I get this finished, I'll put these in their protective sleeves. I'll probably put them, like one back to back and put two in each sleeve, um, like I did with the other swatches. I have some coloring their hearts that I colored in. They're swatched, but they just have the number. They don't have the coloring, and they were done with the fine tip pen. Now this one's called Skin White. So this is another like skin tone color. I mean, you can see it, but then again, you know. I mean, Yeah, it comes up a little. I don't know how well the camera's picking that up. And then this one is another like skin tone. This one's called milky white. And then the next one will be a skin tone as well. So I have actually 4 colors that would make good for skin tones. Um, well, even the sand would make good for a skin tone as well because it is kind of a tanny color. And then this one's called baby skin pink. So, oh yeah. Um, you can see how when I was doing the charting of them the first time, I used this without the blot paper underneath. So, um, then I learned as I was going along, it's wise to use a piece of blot paper underneath. Now this one's called Raw Pink, so this one's another skin tone color, I guess. Yeah, you could use that as a skin tone. Let's see, pale cherry pink. Okay, I have a defective nib here. That chisel nib is defective. I mean, I can still make it work. So I'm kind of glad I don't always use the chisel nib. Um, yeah, okay. And you can tell it was defected in the processing because when I opened it, there was it's not like the piece that broke off in the cap. And this one is blush. So this one, yeah, this one would make good for if you wanted to give the skin tone a little pinkish hue, like they actually were wearing blush if you were doing characters. So a lot of these pinks and they're going to be good for adding a little bit of pop to. Ooh, that blush does come out pretty. Really light pink. I actually like that. That's pretty. This one's close. And this one is called Flesh. And just by looking at the okay, see the cap gives you a pink color, right? But this goes down like a yellow. Okay, you see the cap is pink, but you see the nib is so that is more to be used as a flesh tone, but I was thinking it was going to be more pink. So that's why you need to that's why they tell you to swatch your markers out, because the caps don't always match the actual color that goes down on the paper. Like this is called Buttercup Yellow, but it's a salmony, paley pink color. Yeah. It actually has a yellow undertone though. Like I say, and also when you're coloring too, you're not going to see your true color until the alcohol evaporates out of your page. So see, you can see how that color came, how that color is coming out now. Now I gotta admit, this pale baby blue is actually kind of true to the cap color. So some are true to the cap colors, some are not. That pale lavender's blue. This one's called Mauve Shadow. And this one actually is really, it's a purpley undertoned pink. It's really pretty. Right, that's now we're on to the second to the last section. And I'm actually taking off the line. It, it might say, these numbers jump from 147 to, but the way they're numbered, they're not numbered like 1 to 160. Um, so, so you might have numbers 163 to 166, and then you jump, 164, and then you jump to 166 to 167 to 169. Then you got 171 to 175. So, the numbers aren't consistently in numerical fashion. And then you go from your numbers into your different grays, and they all got their own color code as well. it's pretty neat how everything is organized. See, it's just pale lilac, but it's pink. But it has a purple undertone. And this color gets me. It's called Green Bice. Bice. I've never heard of this green before. Um, but it's a real pale yellow green. It's really pretty. I've used this color in some flowers that I've done. Anise. Anise is actually a yellow green as well, but it's got more yellow undertone. I mean, these two are similar though in color. Minuet is pretty green as well. This kind of reminds me of the mint, some of the mint greens. This is a green with a blue undertone. This this one got me. It's called Putty. When I seen this one, I'm like, this don't look like putty. I was thinking all of our diamond painting putty. But no, it's actually a um, really pretty light brown um, color. I think it might have some yellow undertone in it as well. This one's called Jade Green, but it's really minty, pretty bluish green. Spectrum Green is really pretty as well. Um, this one's got a little less of a blue undertone than the Jade Green, but it still has a little bit of a blue undertone. This one's called Dim Green. It's called Dim Green, okay. But as you can see, that cap is a creamy, milky color, and you can see the nib is not a green color. But when you lay this down, you can actually see there is a slight greenish tinge. There is a slight greenish tinge to that. So I can see that in the camera. That does have a slightish yellowish greenish tinge. And this one's spring dim green. So you can actually see this one has more of the green, and that one has more of the yellow. This is lime green, but This does not look like a lime green to me. It's more of a really pale green. Yeah, I call that more of a pale green than a lime green. I mean, it's still pretty though. Cool shadow. Yeah, cool shadow is a really. It has a blue cap, bluish color cap, but it comes out more of a really like a really like pale green with a blue tinge. Aqua mint is pretty. Actually, I love my teals. I love my teal colors, my turquoise. Um, I always have all those colors. Frost blue. It's really pretty as well. It's a little bit darker than the light baby blue. It's pretty. I am not sure how you say this one's name, but it's a blue. Path Pathalo blue. So it reminds me of kind of like a purplish blue. It kind of has like maybe a little bit of a purple undertone. Hi, butthead. What are you doing? How'd you make out with all that wind and freaking rain we got the other night? I have a friend that they actually watched that wind knock over. Oh, were you in Denton? We got. They were saying that we were supposed to have possibly 65 plus mile an hour winds, and I think we freaking got them down here. Um, our our school, they closed our school on Wednesday because of flooding. Today they were closed again because of flooding, and they had to do virtual. So yeah, it was a time. Did you? Yeah. I actually had a friend of mine watch that wind knock over his heavy ass grill, gas grill. It tipped it over like it was a feather. Yeah, it's crazy. We didn't lose power here, but I know Mount Vernon lost some power and some other areas, but we didn't here. We just got the crazy wind and the hellacious rain. And you know they're calling for more crap to come next week, right? And they're talking the possible S word in that one. So, yeah. So maybe I'll have snow for my birthday. Even though my birthday ain't until the 25th, maybe I'll have snow. Oh, God. Alexa, what are my notifications? Alexa, what are my notifications?
One new notification from Amazon. U.S. National Weather Service has issued a wind advisory for Crisfield. It'll be in effect from January 12th, 7 p.m. EST until January 13th, 4 a.m.
Great. They're calling for a wind advisory again from the 12th to 4 a.m. on the 13th. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I remember we've had snow all the way clean into March before. But you know as well as I do, Maryland has not had a good ass snowstorm in a while. So I have a feeling we're due for it. All right, you guys. Yeah. I pretty much figured they probably put the whole peninsula, Delmarva Peninsula, under it. I have a friend of mine. She goes live at 5. Color and chat with Joanna. She's in Milford. So I wonder if if it's going to affect them up that way or not. Oh yeah, I know it sucks, but yeah, Maryland, we're praying for it. We want it. We ain't had a good snowstorm in a while, and David can tell you we usually can get slammed with snow, but I don't remember last time we've had a really heavy snowstorm. See, he doesn't live far from me either, Snug. He's like with Joanna. You know, Joanna's just north of me in Delaware. He's just northwest of me in Maryland. Ha ha. That's for you not giving me that any of that Star Wars characters I've wanted. And my deer jerky. You stole me deer jerky. Yeah, well, see, you guys are used to it out there, though, sis, in Texas. You know, so that would be something really crazy out there. All right. Yay! I got to refill it. But I'm on my last row of my. Yes, I want Chewbacca, but you won't let me have him. I wanted Baby Yoda too. Mm-hmm. But anyway, yeah. But yeah, you guys, Texas ain't used to that. You know, you guys are more used to the heat and the tornadoes and those type of storms. You all aren't used to the snowstorms like we get around here, or used to get around here. Let's put it that way. All right, smartass. You Western Marylanders. And I could call you a Western Marylander because you're west of me, okay? You're northwest of me, actually. Yeah, I know, sissy. But you've been there. You've gotten used to the climate there, so your body's more used to the Texas climate than it is when you were in Michigan. Well, that's Yoda, baby Yoda, whichever hell one it was. Yeah. Let's not go there with the ice storms. I'd rather have the snow, not the ice storms. But I have a strange feeling. Uh, yeah, you're northwest of me. I'm southeast of you, Dinglethorpe. I have a feeling this storm we've got coming at us again possibly could be a nor'easter. And we know how those go up the Chesapeake Bay. Yeah, we can get some hellacious ice storms here, especially on this side of the Chesapeake Bay. Yes, I know you're like 3 miles from the corner of Delaware, Maryland state line. What am I? I'm like an hour, almost an hour to Delmar. Yeah, 45 minutes to an hour, depending on freaking traffic. Going through fucking Salisbury, if you go through Salisbury, or um, if you take the bypass. Yeah, because my friend on here, Color and Chat with Joanna, like I said, she's in Milford. And then I have a Facebook friend who does diamond painting. The diamond painting diva den. I think you know who I'm talking about, Snuggie. Jennifer Opie. She lives in Salisbury, so she's only like 45 minutes from me. Yeah. She was a sponsor in Kokisha's event. She did a couple of the prints in Kokisha's event. She does her own art, and has her own diamond paintings as well. You know you spelled that wrong, right? There is no H. There's no H in the name of my town. It is Crisfield, not Chrisfield. You crazy man. You crazy Northern Marylanders. You crazy Northern Marylanders. The closer you get to the other to the Bay Bridge, y'all lost it that way. I swear. Some Marylanders, I swear. Almost 2 hours later, I'm almost finished watching these. The other thing I like about these is these markers are square body, so they don't roll on your desk. And their caps fit on nice and really tight too. So that's the other good thing. Yay! I'm down to the last 5 colors. Well, it's still not actually finished with this project yet because I still got to put these in their sleeves, but I'm almost done with the swatching, which took just a little over an hour and 40 some minutes. Okay, so that is done. So now I can close these up. Down right. I'm going to be on here for a little while longer anyway, so. But I'll catch you around either on here next time you come around, or I'll catch you on TikTok. I'm not really on. I mean, I'm on my Facebook, but I'm not really on my Facebook much anymore. If that makes sense. Okay. So now I will put these in the binder. That bottom paper back in there. This can go over here. Sorry, Zoe, I forgot you were over there, darling. Okay, so this requires me to have to turn off my fan, or it's gonna blow these papers everywhere. All right, so. All right, now go in like that. But yeah, so I'll be here just a little bit longer. Till I finish this and get these put away. I might also put all these into a spinny wheel, all my color numbers, and do like the marker challenges that people do, like the 3 marker challenge where you can only use those 3 colors. But what they do is they put them in a like a basket, and they pick out the 3 markers. But I think I'm going to put mine on a wheel, and then I could just spin the wheel, and then whichever number comes up is the one I do, the marker I use for that. So, and I'll probably do that with mandalas, um, or abstract art. Um, like I may draw out some abstract art and do it with that. I think that'd be pretty cool. I have some projects I want to work on and do some of that kind of stuff with anyway. So I take a drink. I took a drink since I started the live stream. Throat was a little dry. But yeah, so I have some interesting things I want to do that I think would be fun. As you can see, a lot of these colors, you can see since the alcohol is evaporated out, you can see their actual true colors now. So that will be my next project, is to sit here and I'll probably just put the numbers and not the whole color name on the wheel. I'll just put the colors number, and it'd be easy to pull from that. Okay, so that part is done. I need to this is the binder I'm using for this. I need to actually make a cover sheet for this one. And these, you can see these are my swatches I did for everything, all the colors, but these are done with the fine tip, where this was done with the chisel. And then these are some worksheets that I've printed out that I will be working on with color theories and stuff like that. So all those right there. Now let's go to Canva. With the, I'll stop with that one over there. Because that's where I made the other one. These are my ones. These are all, like I say, different coloring pages. So, or that I've collected over the years, from different coloring books and things like that. I have 3 of these that are full of color pages. That one's on top just because it has my skull color pages in it. Okay, so let's go. to, because I wanted to actually have info on the top. And I may actually sit here and work on coloring that as well. Because I want a mandala type image or style image. But I want to put um, marker info on the top is what I put. Yeah, that'd be mark. That's what I call it. I'll call it marker info. Mm-hmm. Come on, come on, load, load, load. Drop shadow. Oh, that's not what I want. I want to move it. Thank you. Now I gotta wait for it to download. Now I gotta figure out which folder to put it in. I'll go open that. There we go. Close those. This. Probably be here just a little bit longer, guys. Just wait for that to pop up so I can print it. And I'll show you what the page is going to look like. But I may actually color it in a time lapse video. How are you? Wood bug. He died. It's that time of year for him to come in, though. Thank you. Okay. Why did an error occur? I closed said error. Why is said error not closing? Thank you. Oh, I hate when this thing wants to have technical issues. Mm. My back wants to hurt. Okay. Hello. Where did all my stuff go? Hmm. Okay. Well, that is weird. Why is there? I know that all my sounds are muted, but I notice. Let me see. Okay, that's weird. Why is the camera still picking up sound? Hmm. Okay. Thank you. That's all I wanted. Okay, there we go. I just noticed I need to edit my little um text box. There we go. So this is what the page is going to look like that I'm going to do. I had, because this was in there's marker info, and then I found this cool mandala. So I'm going to color that in a time lapse um, off camera. So, but I'm going to go ahead and jump out of here now so I can get some stuff done before Joanna goes live at 5. Um, and I will be live again on Tuesday working on diamond painting. Um, and I hope to catch everybody then. So till then, bye y'all.